So, good morning, everybody. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are. Uh, and welcome to the presentation of Patricia Leahy for our Brain Gym organization. Just a short introduction for Patti. Patti's been a Brain Gym and a Touch for Health instructor and a consultant since 1986. She's Australian Brain Gym faculty and mentored Siew Siew Goh to be Malaysian Brain Gym faculty. Her Brain Gym 385 Motivations in Three Dimensions is Patti's own course. She's the author of the book Human Crystals and two other non-Brain Gym courses, which are called Soul Braiding and Cellular Memory Integration. And we've been friends for 20 years or more, Patti, and I'm so excited to hear you today. So thank you for presenting, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. As part of my Motivation of Three Dimensions course, within that, I do three directional repatterning, which is moving in three directions. It's one of the pieces of it. And so I actually do the integration metaphor in three directions as well. So you're doing it in three directions in space. So within that course, people asked, because I showed them an expanded version of that, they asked me to please write up how to do it. So really, that's what was the motivator for doing this particular course. So it made me get on with it. So some of you I know have actually done the Motivation of Three Dimensions with me. So hopefully you've all got three handouts delivered to you. So back in the early 90s, I was teaching at Super Camp, which is originally from America, but the kids, we'd have a camp of 64 primary school kids and 85 high school children on the same big property in dwelling up in the bush. It was just beautiful there. And for a whole week, these kids would come and do everything from whitewater rafting, abseiling. We'd actually let them sit in the dark on their own in the bush at night and just be in the bush. I taught trust games and brain gym riding balances and woke everyone up to a good 20 minutes of brain gym to music every morning. We'll do one camp, jog through the bush and do the other camp. And I would also do private kinesiology sessions for any of the children who were struggling or homesick or having particular problems. I used to do a ragdoll stretch, which the kids would partner up and spend an hour very gently rocking and rolling and moving all the joints of their partner. Then swap over, and you could hear a pin drop when they were doing that. It was just really, really beautiful thing to do with them. But the other thing that I did was 25 kids at a time. We would repattern, doing three-dimensional repatterning, lying on the floor, and repatterning for I love, value, and respect myself, because that's general worthiness was a really good overview goal to have for the camp. And I was doing it with one of the groups of the teenage kids. And when we came to the integration metaphor, one of the girls burst into tears. And fortunately, a lot of the assistants that were on the camp with us had done brain gym with me. So I had a lot of people being able to go around and help double check all the muscle checks while we were doing it. So we really knew that the kids are all on the same page with where they were at with the process. And this girl burst into tears. So I quietly went over to her and said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "When I imagine, you know, I've got one side of my brain in one hand and the other side of my brain in the other, I've got nothing in my hand. On this side, there's nothing there." She was absolutely distraught about it. So on the fly, because this is like early 90s, right? I just trusted myself. I just went, right, if this is happening, I have a solution in the middle of this. So I said, okay, I want you to bring your hand over to this side of your brain. I want you to imagine that there's a door opening to that side of the brain. And I want you to imagine that you're able to take out any darkness, any upset, any restriction, any blockage, and I want you to physically grab it and throw it away. And I said, "Have you able to do that?" And she said, "Yes." And I could see that she was doing that. And then I said, "Go back to that side of the brain. And behind that door is another door. Unlock and open that second door to your brain. And in there is sunshine. There's safety, there's peace, there's trust, there's happiness, and there's all these wonderful things in that side of the brain. I want you to copy it into your hand like a computer memory stick, grab hold of it and bring it out to the side." And I said to her, "Now do you have something in your hand?" She said, "Yes." So she brought it together. And it was such a profound thing that after that session, she actually required a follow-up session because what had happened was that lack of worthiness had brought up a trauma for her that was obviously her system had blocked. And so I just did a follow-up session to make sure she was fine. But that idea of being able to access a deeper layer or a deeper level of the brain really stuck with me, and I started using it. Now, I want to say straight off though that I've actually written in the notes that I've given you that when I teach Brain Gym 101 or whether I'm teaching OBO or in-depth or whatever, I teach it a very simple way, okay? But in my private sessions, I would quite often do that for children as well as adults, and it was really, really effective. So please don't get the idea that I think that that's how you should do it all the time, okay? But I find it really, really effective. So what I'd like to do is for us to do a balance, and you can have different goals for yourself. I think a personal goal would be really good. You don't have to share that with me, but I would be inviting you to share what you're getting during the process, if that's okay with you. If you don't feel like you want to do that, that's all right, but it'll just help. So we're going to use not the whole repatterning process, but the 3 dimensions of the brain using opening doors and physically throwing things away and so on in the process of the balance, so you get to experience it. So it's not just information on your handout. So are there any questions anyone wants to ask me before we sort of go into that to experience it?
I'm Coco.
Hi, Coco.
May I know a bit more the girl you have mentioned just now?
Yes.
For the follow-up section, will had you done the metaphor again in the follow-up section, and I would like to know whether she can maintain both hand have the brain on the hand in the follow-up section, or just simply short term maintain both brain in that session, but not persistent carry over to the follow-up section. I just want to know the effect, short term or quite long term.
All right. So in the when I was working with the whole group, they were in the middle of a 3-dimensional repatterning. So they're lying on the floor and doing repatterning. So the integration metaphor was actually a process. So that was part of it. Within the balance, I think we repatterned again. It's a way for the brain and the body to give permission to free up the brain and make more permanent changes. So the fact that the system gets integrated for that particular goal, then yes, I definitely you're helping, just like when you're doing any technique within Brain Gym. When you do the technique after the integration process, then that system is high gear for that activity, for the repatterning or whatever. Okay, so we're not going to do the repatterning here, just so that you can experience the 3 dimensions of, that longer integration process, okay? But when I normally do it, I'm doing it within repatterning, whatever repatterning it is, whether it's repatterning laterality, repatterning, or whether it's 3-dimensional repatterning. But as I said, the repatterning that I do, which is in moving in the 3 directions, we can use it there more in depth as well. So if I understand what you're asking me, it's does that hold permanently? Well, it does in relationship to that goal or that focus that you have, yes.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Yeah, it's opened it up, so more is available.
No.
So setting, does that answer it, Coco?
I think so. Yeah, yes.
Okay, so yes, it's just like if I'm doing the elephant. If I'm doing the elephant, I do the clearing and then I recheck the ears and they're all high gear, then that technique has worked. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's the same here.
Okay, thank you.
But it's not like necessarily for forever. It's in relationship to whatever your goal focus is. Does that make sense? You know, it's like you might need to do the elephant again for other things or as further integration. But it's just in that moment, in that process for the goal that you're balancing for, then you're helping to access more of your brain. You're really giving yourself permission to get out of your own way, and it's just a very creative way to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That's why I want us to do a balance so you can feel for yourself how it feels. Yeah. Okay. The other thing I thought I'd do is, just so we've got more learning menu with it, is to let you experience a technique that I used in my motivation of the 3 dimensions, because it's very, very powerful, just so you can get an experience of that. So when we do the balance, I'll be asking you to write down key emotions or thoughts that are coming up. Just one word, or just so you experience it. Within that, the three motivation of 3 dimensions course, the motivation technique, I find is extremely profound. And it was while I was doing sessions for a 21-year-old man who basically had acquired brain injury from skateboarding, and he was 9 months after the accident still non-responsive. So he literally could not move or respond at all. So if you stuck a needle in his leg, he couldn't respond, had his eyes open all the time. But if you said, "Can you hear me? Please blink," he couldn't even blink. And so his mother was told that, sorry, I just giving myself a note there. I was told to, the mum was told that he should put him in an old people's home and leave him there, because he's not ever going to get, he's basically non-responsive, virtually in a coma, and he's never going to wake up. And so I would go, she said no to that, and she brought him home and got an electric sort of frame so that she could put him on the floor, into a chair, on the bed, but he was complete dead weight, just not able to blink anything. So I would do a combination of whatever brain gym, kinesiology, rhythmic movements, all just whatever came up to help him. And on the 5th session, this boy, I'll call him Peter, that's not his name. Peter was sitting in his chair, and it came up to do Wayne Topping's 8 extra meridian balance with him. And so he'd be in the chair like this, and I would muscle check myself, and do whatever techniques needed on him, and where I couldn't do them for him, I'd do them myself. So it came up to do the emotions related to these 8 extra meridian muscles. And so this technique requires you put the emotional realm fingers together and hold the emotional stress release points or positive points, and do eye rotations. So of course he couldn't do any of that. So I'm holding his points with my hands on his forehead, putting him in circuit and doing the eye rotations. And the eye rotations would look like this. Lawson no longer feels unneeded. Sorry, Peter no longer feels unneeded. And I would say his name and do the rotations and do the tracking left, right, up, down, diagonals and everything. And after that session, there were tears coming down his eyes. And the next morning he woke up.
Wow.
So I went, oh my God, this is incredible. Here I am, I'm standing in for him. He's not even physically able to do this technique for himself. I'm standing in for him, representing him, just trusting that what came up was going to work for him. And I didn't, I really think that the magic happens when we're doing kinesiology, when we get out of the way and we just tune in and trust literally their spirit, their soul, to be able to tell you what they need. And he is walking, he's doing art. He still does not have much speech, but his life is transformed. So was it me doing it? No. It was the technique, but I really believe too is when you just trust and allow things to just be. Not it needs to be this way or it needs to be that way, but just opening up and say, let's just do whatever comes up and see what happens. And that's when the magic can come in and miracles occur. So when I was developing the motivation of the 3 Dimensions course, I contacted Wayne and got permission to use that technique and transfer it into the words, not the words for the acupuncture meridians, for the 8 extra meridians, but the appropriate words for the 3 dimensions. Okay, so there is a whole chart that I developed for the workshop. Wayne, of course, gave me full permission, and he was in tears when I told him about the story of this young man. So we're going to play with that, not with not with the actual ones from the 3 dimensions, just what comes up in your pre-activity. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different. It's just out there. It's not in that structure, but I'd like to add that technique in there just so you can experience it. So does everyone feel ready to be talked through a balance?
Yes, please.
Okay, so first thing, just notice if you're in pace, please. Is Coco still here? Yep.
Huh? Yes, I'm here.
Oh, great. Fabulous.
Will you share your screen now, or will you?
No, it's fine. Yes, if you want to share that one, and we'll just so people know which one to have a look at, we'll just have a look at that. So you should have, oh, there we go, this one coming up. So does everybody have that worksheet?
I haven't.
We're going to talk through it anyway. You just need 2 pieces of plain paper. They don't have to be, you know, foolscap or anything, but just 2 pieces of paper to do drawing on. Either coloured crayons or pencil or a pen. And again, just whatever brain gym that you feel you need to just get ready for this.
Do you wish us to set a goal for ourselves?
Yes, if you're in pace, please set a goal and then pace your goal. Make sure it's got the energy that you want. Positive, it's clear and simple. Everyone got their goal?
Yes.
Just give me a thumbs up if you have, so we can see that you're all ready.
Yep.
Great. So with a spare piece of paper, do a drawing on where you see yourself at the moment in relationship to your goal. Just stick figures, abstract, whatever comes, it's just got to have meaning for you in how it looks and feels for you.
Patti, could you repeat that? Could you please repeat that?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
So do a drawing on where you are right now in relationship to your goal. What's high gear, what's low gear? What does that look like for you at the moment?
Thank you.
And you might want to put down a couple of key words or emotions that you're feeling with that. And if this particular goal's been an issue for you, notice what's high gear, or maybe you've visited this place or that situation many times before. So what's improved or changed for you too? Because sometimes there's key issues that come up for us, and to be able to acknowledge that things have changed and improved is also really good. And then looking at what pieces aren't feeling comfortable. And once you've done that, stand up and check your 3 dimensions. So just check your V space. Is it comfortable to look in and down and focus? So how's your laterality? And swaying left to right? And is that even? Does it feel a bit stuck or jerky? Is it low gear or high gear for you? Is there a flow?
Okay.
And what's your thinking like? Is it clear? Is it scattered?
Confused.
Is it not happening?
Confused.
Is it a bit negative? So you might want to write down a key word that comes up when you think of where your thoughts are at. And if you want to, you can also muscle check yourself. So let's check centering. We do the swimmers. And the up and down movement. So moving up and down. Is it comfortable up? Is it comfortable down? Is it a smooth, stable transition? And what are the sensations like in your body?
Heavy.
Feeling heavy, you're feeling light, you're feeling grounded or stable.
Heavy.
And what about your feelings? Are you connected to your feelings, your emotions? Maybe you're connected, but there's one particular overwhelming emotion, or you're disconnected, disassociated,
Not caring.
or they're all over the place.
Not caring. My heart's not in it.
So writing down any keywords again.
Mm.
So if someone was to push on your arms, would they hold? Now, focus dimension, penguins, going through the movement, seeing how that feels. And compare the back of the body to your front of your body, and then do the sway. Notice if you're more comfortable forward or back, or whether your weight is comfortably able to stay in the center over the instep. Is there any tension in your body there? And again, if you want a muscle check. So for me, focus is the only one that's low gear. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So we're going to go through all three, even if there's only one dimension that's low gear, we're going to do all three anyway. Okay.
Yep.
So has everyone got a drawing, got some insights and keywords for themselves? Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. So we're going to do the metaphors first. Okay, so for focus, when I'm doing my Motivation of Three Dimensions course, we always start with balancing focus first, because if we're not feeling safe to participate and be in the world and be in our bodies, then anything else that progresses forward from there is going to be really, really hard. Okay? So we can function out here, but if the really deep unconscious pattern is not clear because of that lack of safety, then and trauma or whatever, then we're moving forward and doing in the world, but there's a disconnect from our basic essence. So I tend to, when we're learning, we balance focus first. Okay, so everyone ready to do the integration metaphor? Okay. So what I'd like you to do is with your left hand, come to the back of your head. So close your eyes. The more that before we start, sorry, the more that you know that Paul has always said, energy follows intention. So where we put our intention and attention is where we move to. So that's why if we're always thinking about negative things and speaking badly about ourselves or our situation, we're actually helping to create that. So the reverse is true. If we have loving and supportive of ourselves and nourishing ourselves, speaking positively about ourselves and our situation, then it actually helps us to move in that direction. So as you know, the brain does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So when we bring in all our senses into this process, so when for some people they're not very visual, so I ask you, if you're not very visual, think it through. Think it through. So you may need to just think that that's what you're doing. Others will be able to picture it. The more you can bring in all your senses, feeling that feeling and making it as real as possible with the sensations in your body, that's going to really support those changes. Okay? So bring your, close your eyes, bring your left hand to the back of your brain. And I want you to imagine, and I'm physically with my hands, I'm opening the door as well. So the more you use your body, it helps. So imagine that you're opening the door to the back of the brain. And I want you to take out any negativity, any fear, any stress, any blockage, any lack of safety. I want you to grab it with your hand and throw it away, physically throw it away. Now come back with your left hand, the same hand. I want you to unlock a second door to that part of the brain. And as you unlock and open the door to that second door to the brain, it floods your brain with sunshine, safety, peace, trust. There is a connection to your true essence, your intuition, your inner beauty. There's all your giftedness and talents and abilities. Now, copy, like a computer or disk or a memory stick, I want you to copy all of that sunshine, safety, peace, trust, joy, creativity, and all your talents and abilities. Copy them into your hand, hold on to it all, and bring your arm down by your side. So I'm holding on to all of those gifts. Now with your other hand, come to the front of your head. Unlock the door to the front of your brain. And I want you to take out all of those limiting thoughts, words and actions, all of that stressful way of expressing yourself, all of the distractions and limitations. I want you to grab them and throw them away. Come back to the front of the brain, and there is a second door to the brain. Unlock that second door, and as that door opens, it floods the brain with sunshine. There is clear, confident, positive thoughts, words, and actions available. There's a connection to yourself and what you want to say and do in the world. Positive, clear, confident, rational, organized thoughts. Copy them into your hand, hold on to them all and bring them by your side. Okay, now bring your arms out to the side and you're going to link your hands low behind your hips. So you're just resting your hands on your hips there. Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine energy and information flowing from the base of the brain and the back of the brain all the way through to the front of your forehead. So that there's forward and back, backwards and forwards flow from the back of the brain to the front, from the front to the back. Imagine new nerve nets and connections that serve you better being made. So really see and feel new nerve nets being created deep inside the brain. So there's a wonderful, full and free flow of energy and information forward and back. And feel that forward and back flow go through the spine and the throat, the teeth, the jaw, the tongue. Feel it flowing forward and back through the shoulders, arms, and hands. Through the front and back of your chest, heart, and lungs. And feel it transforming and integrating and creating a new sense of connection to yourself, to all the organs in your abdomen, through the front and back of your hips and pelvis, releasing any tensions as a new level of communication is occurring within your body. Feel that flow front and back through your thighs, knees, calves, and feet. So all the parts of the brain and body are fully and freely flowing with a new way of being and sensing so that you can achieve your goal. Just thinking for a moment about your goal. And when you're ready, relax your hands down. Okay, so now we're going to integrate centering. So with your left hand, I want you to go to your heart. Now we know centering is in the limbic brain, in the center of your brain, but the head and the heart need to connect. So we're actually going to get the intelligence from the heart for this. So bring your left hand to your heart, close your eyes again, and imagining that you're opening the door to the heart and take out all of that unworthiness, any sadness, any emotions that are limiting and preventing you from being who you really are more fully. So taking out any anger, frustration, any limiting emotions or overwhelming emotions and throw them away. Come back to the heart again, and behind that first door is a second door. Unlock that second door to your heart, and as you open that door, it floods your heart with sunshine. There's self-love, there's joy, there's peace, there's harmony. There's a connection to your true, authentic self. There's a connection to all your gifts and abilities. Copy all of those beautiful, wonderful feelings, all of your talents and abilities, the true essence of self. Hold on to it all and bring it by your side. Now, with your right hand, come up to the top of the brain. Open the door to the top of the brain and take out any restricted, distorted, frustrated thoughts, any blankness, any confusion, any distraction, anything that is limiting you. Grab it and throw it away. Come back to the top of the brain, and there's a second door there. Unlock that second door, and as it opens, it floods the top of your brain with clarity, organization, positive, clear, confident thoughts. There's rational, harmonious, flowing, clear expression. It's a really positive, clear sense of self there. Rational, organized, confidently expressing, able to express yourself and get into action. Hold on to it all and bring it by your side. Now bring your arms out level with your shoulders and bring the head and the heart together above your head. Link your hands together and bring it down to your heart. Now imagine energy flowing inside your brain, up and down, connecting the limbic brain with the cortex. So see and feel and imagine energy and information flowing up and down deep inside the brain. Really feel that flow. Imagine new nerve nets and connections being made that serve you better. So imagining positive, rational, organized, harmonious, authentic thoughts in your head, and see a highway of information flowing from the brain down to the heart. and connecting to the inner wisdom of the heart, where there's joy and creativity and love and passion for who you are and for life. So imagine energy and information flowing between the happy, positive, creative feelings in the heart, the empowered feelings in the heart, communicating with the rational, organized, practical part of the brain. So the head and the heart, the thoughts and the feelings are now in a wonderful communication and flow. So the intelligence of the emotions in the heart is communicating with the intelligence of the brain. So the head and the heart are now really communicating in a whole new way. And feel that communication between the head and the heart, the thoughts and the feelings, flow down into your neck and throat, down into your shoulders, arms and hands, giving new life and energy and information flow throughout your shoulders, arms and hands, down your spine, into your lungs and heart, down into all your organs, into your pelvis, rejuvenating, waking up, realigning. Feel it flowing down into your thighs, knees, calves, and feet. So there's this wonderful, renewed, expanded sense of self and connection, flowing all the way from the feet, legs, hips, all the way up to the head, heart, and hands. So there's a whole new level of feeling stable, grounded, and organized and connected to your authentic self. So that you can achieve your goal. Make it so real it puts a smile on your face. And when you're ready, relax your hands down. Okay, so we're going to do laterality now, left and right sides of the brain and body, the cerebral cortex. With your left hand, come over to the right side of your brain. Open the door to the right side of the brain and take out any darkness, any confusion, any limitation that is there, and throw it away. Behind that first door is a second door. Unlock and open that second door to the brain. And as this door opens, it floods your brain with sunshine, happiness, joy, creativity. There's a connection to all of your gifts and talents and ability and your clear sense of self. There's beauty and harmony and fun and laughter and play. Download it into your hand, hold on to all those goodies and bring it by your side. Bring your right hand to your left side of your brain. Unlock the door to the left side of your brain and take out any darkness or limitation or negativity and grab it and throw it away. Now, behind that first door is a second door. Unlock that second door to the brain. And as this door opens, it floods the left side of your brain with sunshine, clarity, happiness, confidence, clear thought processes, and the ability to be assertive and express yourself in your truth, in your thoughts, words, and actions. Grab a hold of it all and copy those goodies into your hand and bring them both sides. Now bring your arms out to the side, and we're going to bring the left and right cerebral hemispheres together. Link the hands together and bring it to your heart. And this time I want you to see, feel, imagine energy and information flowing fully and freely between the left and right, right and left sides of the brain. Feel new nerve nets and connections being made deep within the brain, which serve you better. And feel that right, right flow going to more areas of your cerebral cortex. More connections being made, more efficient connections. And sense and feel the two eyes communicating with the two sides of the brain and each other. The two ears communicating with the two sides of the brain and each other. And feel that right, right flow through the throat and the neck, the left and right shoulders. You may even want to feel a sway as you do it. And feel it going through the communication between the left and right arms and hands, the left and right lungs, the left and right chambers of the heart, the left and right sides of your spinal column, through all the organs of the abdomen. Feel it flowing through the pelvis, the sacrum, the coccyx, through the hips, feeling it all come alive in a whole new way, through the left and right thighs, knees, calves, and feet, so that all the parts of the brain and body are fully and freely communicating in a whole new way that serves you better, so that you can achieve your goal. Just spend a few moments noticing how it feels to be in your brain and your body and your heart while achieving your goal. And when you're ready, relax your hands down. So I'd like to take you through the whole balance and then get feedback and answer questions and things then, okay? Is that all right with everyone?
Yep.
Okay. So what I'd like to do now is the motivation integration technique. So if you can have a look at what you did in the pre-activity of key words that came up for you in your pre-activity, I'd like to hear people share the words. So if you can unmute yourselves. Dorothea, what key words did you come up with for yourself, or feelings that may be limiting you that came up in your pre-activity, in your drawing and so on?
Confused and disorganized.
Okay.
Unsure.
And unsure. Okay. Great. Julie, what about you? What sort of keywords did you have?
I had scared,
Scared, yeah.
not worthy,
Mm-hmm.
and not good enough.
Great. I'm just writing some of these down. Okay. Heather, would you like to? Thanks, Julie.
Hard to do. Hopeless.
What was that one?
Hopeless.
Sorry, I still didn't get that.
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Heather. Coco?
I feel my heart feel a lot of pressure. Heart.
Sorry?
My heart feel a lot of pressure.
Feeling pressured. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Any others, Coco?
Not not satisfied and not so happy.
So unhappy
Mm.
and,
And wants to
and
improve.
dissatisfied. Yes?
And wants to improve.
Okay. Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coco. Margaret?
I had it feels impossible,
Mm-hmm.
worried, shame, and feeling stuck and overwhelmed.
Okay. Thank you, Margaret. That's great. Eleanor?
Lack of self-worth,
Yeah.
and self-belief.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Who else have we got here? Sally? Hi, Sally. Oh,
Hello.
we've got Margaret. Gillian's here. Yeah. So, Sally, what did you get?
Sometimes it's hard to put them into a word. No communication, cut off, excluded, blamed, invalid, not needed.
Good. We've got some really great words there. That's fantastic. Thanks, Sally. And what about Gillian? What did you get?
I had really, my head felt really fuzzy, so lack of clarity. And similar to Coco, my heart was very heavy and achy.
Yes.
So
joyless.
joyless.
And what was that? Soreness.
Joyless.
Joyless. Yeah. So feeling joyless. Okay. And what were the other two words you had, Gillian, about your heart?
A lot of pressure.
Pressured. Yeah. And heavy-hearted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on your handout for your balance, if you have that there, those are what I would term limiting thoughts or emotions. Yes.
Yep.
that's the limitation. So we're going to work with those. So what I'd like you to do is either with noticing, looking at of the key words that you have, which is the one that jumps out at you, as the key thing. And you can muscle check to see what it is or not. So which one's the priority for you? So choose one of those as a priority. Okay, so the way that you can confirm it, like for me, one of my ones was disconnected. So then I would just say to myself, disconnected, and muscle check. And if it goes down, it means that's one that I need to do. So find out what the priority one is for you. And once you've got one, and when you, if you muscle check yourself, if you say the word like mine is disconnected, that it causes a low gear response. So you're just saying the word disconnected. Okay, so everyone got thumbs up if you've got one for yourself. Yep, great. Now, for this, you want to all be muted, just so that you can do it freely without everybody sort of, interfering with each other. But I'll show you what it looks like. So if you're comfortable with your glasses off, that would be preferable so that you don't have the frame in the way. And I'll show you what this is going to look at. So when you're doing a limiting thought, you say the words, I no longer feel. So we're going to use the ring finger and thumb, which is the emotional realm. You're going to touch your Brain Gym positive points. And I'll just show you what it looks like first, okay? I no longer feel disconnected. I no longer feel disconnected. I no longer feel disconnected. Now, it's important when you do it, if you feel that initially it may be that you're just rolling your eyes in your head, I want you to notice as you do it. So you can start now and I'll just keep chatting while you're doing it. So whatever it is, I no longer feel whatever it is, stuck, unworthy, whatever your word is. So start doing that. And as you do that, saying out loud to yourself, I no longer feel whatever it is. So I no longer feel pressured. I no longer feel unworthy, whichever one it is. Saying it out loud to yourself, you can sit or stand to do it. And you have ring finger and thumb like that. So off you go, Coco, holding like this. Yeah?
I need to mute myself first.
So you do it yourself, holding your forehead, ring finger and thumb, and eyes, rotating the eyes in a circle, saying, I no longer feel whatever your word is. Now, when you notice that your breathing stopped, I want you to stop and take a breath. If you feel like you're just parroting it, I want you to drop into your body. If it's hard on your arms, Gillian, do it like this. Hold one hand with the thing and do it like that so that you can be upright to do your eye rotations. Okay, so if it hurts to do two hands, do it like that, with one hand holding the emotional realm. And then rotate your eyes in the opposite directions as you keep on saying, I no longer feel. Make sure you're dropped fully present into your body. If there's an area where you feel you've disconnected or glossed over, just hold that eye position and keep saying it. So you're connecting to your body, you're connecting to what you're saying, and you're doing the movement. Okay. Just relax down for a moment. Okay. So now we're going to do same thing. You can either do it like this while one hand's holding the emotional realm resting on your lap. You're going to do eye tracking left and right. So it will be, for me, it will be, I no longer feel disconnected. I no longer feel disconnected. And I'm noticing if I'm not in my body, I relax my body, I drop back into my body, I blink and breathe, and I notice whether I can say that and actually be in my body, feeling my feelings, thinking my thoughts, and track and say at the same time. And can you actually see what you're looking at as you're tracking while being still connected to yourself? And keep saying your statement, I no longer feel, whatever it is. Tracking up and down the midline. And then on diagonals. Okay, and when you're ready, relax. Okay, so this can actually be quite powerful for people where they will suddenly, and they don't know even what the feeling is, but it can trigger things very, very deeply where you may feel like you're going to cry. Or so what I suggest is if that happens for you, just hold your forehead, close your eyes, and just let yourself cry and feel those feelings. Because it is working on such a deep level when you activate the eyes with the statement. Okay, so if you feel that that's enough for you, by all means, we know the magic elixir water is really good to helping the integration. So notice if you're thirsty. And now muscle check yourself. You don't have to stand up. I'm just going to do it. So you just say, like for me, it will be, I no longer feel disconnected. And it should hold. It should be high gear. I no longer feel disconnected. And notice I'm still holding this. So has everyone got a high gear response? Yep.
Yes.
Great. Thanks, Sally. Everyone good? Okay. So we want to find the opposite word, the positive word that's probably not available to you. So for me, if I'm disconnected, mine might be I feel connected. That's pretty easy. For someone who's feeling unworthy, it may be the positive is worthy or
May I
some other word. So Coco, if yours was I no longer feel pressured,
May
it
I
may
ask a
be
question? For the muscle check, the right side is high gear, but the left side is low gear. Is it?
okay. So we do a little bit more, Coco. We're not on a time frame here. So, what was difficult for you? Was it turn in a circle, or left and right, or up and down, or a diagonal that was hard for you to do? What was the direction that was hard for you?
I think quite similar for the three direction.
Which one?
Quite similar for all the direction.
Okay, so
No
just
one particular.
okay, so again with the flat of your hand and your ring finger, just mute yourself and say the statement. Actually unmute it. Unmute yourself, Coco. Dorothea, can we have Coco come up in the main screen next to me? So she's sharing with me. Can you share her so she's bigger, or put her as the speaker?
So the eye look horizontal.
Sorry?
You want me to do the
Yeah.
eye movement horizontal direction?
Yeah. Dorothea, can you bring Coco up to replace me or next to me on the screen, please? Dorothea, are you there?
I'm here.
I know you are, Coco, but I'm Dorothea.
You can pin her,
I
Dorothea.
put myself.
Dorothea, can you bring Coco up so she's next to me? Screen sharing or replacing me?
It is interesting. I can whoever is speaking is getting the picture. So as I'm speaking, I'm having main picture. When Coco is speaking, she gets the main picture. So
But I'm not seeing her in the main picture though. That's the
Coco,
problem.
when you speak,
Yes, I'm speaking.
It's still
Can you
got
hear
me in.
Patty,
Okay.
if you pin her, if you
I'm
go,
only seeing me. I'm not seeing it's all right. We'll do it like this because I'm not seeing Coco in the main screen, but that's all right. So ring finger, holding here. Yeah, just relax your hand. Keep holding that and bring it down on your lap. You don't need to hold it in the air, Coco. Relax your hand. Keep holding the ring finger. Now, tracking left to right, saying your statement. I no
longer feel pressure. I no longer feel pressure.
Okay, Coco, I'd like you to say, do you speak Cantonese or Mandarin?
English, okay.
No, I know it's okay, but I do know that the Chinese people have a lot of pressure put on them. I want you to say it in your native tongue.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I no longer feel.
我再冇壓力啦，我心冇壓力啦，我個心冇壓力，我個心冇壓力啦。
Take a breath and drop into your body. Keep doing it, keep doing it. And I want you to drop into your body, be really present in your body, Coco.
What does that mean?
Feel your feelings in your body. Feel yourself in your body as you say it.
Oh.
I want you to say it out loud.
哦，我個心再冇壓力啦，我個心再冇壓力啦，我個心再冇壓力，
As you say it, feel your body relax.
我個心再冇，我個心再冇壓力。
Take a breath.
我個心再冇壓力。
And just do some in a circle now with your eyes in Chinese.
我個心再冇壓力。
And really see what you're looking at.
我個心再冇壓力啦，我個心再冇。
And the other way with your eyes.
我個心再壓力啦，我 for some job, some job,
And up and down.
some job.
Take a breath and relax. Okay, now muscle check yourself in Chinese for that. I no longer feel, and check it.
Hai kia.
Yay! Okay, now the reason why I asked you to do it in Chinese is because a lot of the stress patterns that are forming as we're growing up. And yes, you've done both English and Chinese, but it's the Chinese aspect that where the stress is coming in. So that's why it was valuable for you to do it in your own native tongue.
Oh, I
Does
see.
that make sense?
Thank you
Okay, so when we do this next piece, do it in a bit of English and mostly in Chinese, and then do some in Chinese. Okay? All right. So now we can continue. So we want a positive statement for that. So Jillian, what would, if you unmute, what's yours?
I am joyful.
Beautiful. Thank you. Sally, what's yours?
Well, I was blamed, and the only antonym is blameless. Which
Blameless.
which disappoints me because you still got that word.
So if you're not sure, what you can do is you ring finger and thumb.
Yeah.
Blameless.
Yeah, it's all right. I just think it's still holding the
Or
negativity.
another one might be innocent. Another one may be forgiven.
Okay, thank you.
It's not always the stock answer of opposite. Sometimes there's a more useful word.
Yep, super.
Okay. So check and see which one trips the circuit. If it's an issue, it will trip the circuit. Julie, what's yours?
I am good enough.
And when you check it, is that unlock? Yeah.
I am innocent.
Wonderful. Heather?
I am forgiven.
I am hopeful.
I am blameless.
Great. And Margaret?
I honor myself and my process.
Sorry?
I honor myself and my process.
So I feel honoring of myself and my posters. Yeah? I feel honoring of myself. Yeah. Okay. And Coco, what about you? What's your keyword that you're going to do? The positive one.
Unmute, Coco, unmute.
You need to unmute yourself, Coco.
I feel less pressure in my heart.
Okay, how about if you felt less pressure in your heart, how would you feel?
Light.
Okay,
Feel light.
so ring finger and thumb and muscle check. I feel light.
Finger and ring finger
Ring
and thumb.
finger and thumb the whole time for emotional realm. I feel light.
I feel light.
Okay, so that's not tripping the circuit. So how about I feel free. I feel free.
I feel free. Not so high gear. I feel
Okay,
free.
so is that feel free to be me, or I just feel I feel free? Is there another word that says the same thing? If you didn't feel pressured, I feel carefree.
I feel carefree. This one is high gear.
Okay, so I feel free.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. And it could be, I feel free to be me, you know.
Oh.
We're so busy fulfilling roles. Sometimes you know how you adapt it to suit, to make it more relevant. So it's the one that trips the circuit is the key one. So now we're going to do exactly the same thing. So you can all unmute and ring finger and thumb holding like this, doing the rotations, or you relax this hand onto your lap with that and hold here. And again, I want you to connect to your body. Notice if you're actually not in your body. If we've had a lot of trauma, we are actually can be disassociated where we feel fine because we're not physically in our body while we're doing stuff. Only on a functional level, not on a really connected, grounded level. So really connect to your body as you say your positive statement. So for me, my statement is I feel connected. Okay, so off you go, standing, sitting, whatever you feel, eye rotations.
Feel blameless.
Saying, I feel whatever it is. Notice if there's an eye position that's uncomfortable and stay there until it does feel comfortable, saying your affirmation, I feel. Connecting to your body. And then when you feel ready, go the other way. And when that feels fine, do it again in the other direction. And really see what you're looking at while you're connecting to what you're saying. So you're connected to yourself and your environment while you're saying that positive statement. Take a breath. Breathe out with a relaxed sigh. And now go left and right with the eyes. Keep on saying your statement out loud. And Coco does most of it in Chinese, a little bit in English. Up and down with the eyes and on diagonals. Diagonals. And just stop when you feel it's enough and recheck yourself for the positive statement. I feel connected. I feel connected, or whatever it is.
I want to share one word.
Sorry, what was that?
I want to share with you.
Yes.
I feel happy when my eye look from left to right direction. I feel happy and I will smile.
I can see you now. For a minute, I couldn't see you. You were saying again?
Oh, I just want to share. I feel happy while my eye looking horizontally from left
Yes.
to right.
Okay. Yes. What was happening?
Happy.
I feel joyful.
It jumped. Yeah.
I feel joy in my
You
heart.
feel joy doing it. Oh, lovely.
But just one direction, the horizontal one, not the vertical one or the diagonal one. I don't.
Yeah.
Is it any implication for that?
The it's great that you felt that. You may want to spend a bit more time so you can feel it, that joy come in other things. But the left and right tracking, there's a process in psychology called EMDR, and it's mimicking the rapid eye movements in REM sleep, or rapid eye movement, which we do sleeping, and you see the eyeballs moving left to right. And I actually had some trauma release with a psychologist for things that happened in my early childhood. And with this particular one, they do it super fast. And if there's trauma there, you actually get to a point where you physically can't move your eyes. And it means you've completely disassociated. So it's really good that in that left-right one, that you are able to really feel that joy while you're doing that. Because it's saying on a really deep level, you've reconnected to your joy. It's lovely.
Oh, thank you.
So this is very, very powerful work. It's super simple, but it's very powerful.
And I also feel lights in my heart here now.
Sorry, what was that? Because you're not coming up on the screen for me, I'm having to really yeah.
Oh, I just want to say the heart feel light, less heavy now.
That's good. So let's do our pre-activities again. With turn over the drawing that you had before if you haven't already, and do on a separate piece of paper. Let's check your laterality and so on first. So let's check laterality. Notice your midline. Feel the sensations in the left and right sides of your body, and notice if there's more flow between the left and right sides, more connection. Is your midline more central? And do the side to side sway and notice if there's more flow and ease with that. And if you like, you can muscle check yourself and check your V space. Is it easier now to come in and focus in the midfield? Are your thoughts different now? Are they clearer? So just check that that's now high gear for you.
Absolutely.
Then check your swimmers and the midline, upper body to lower body. And then do the movement up and down and notice any changes. You feel more stable up. You feel more comfortable down. Are you more connected to your feelings? Are you having different feelings? Is it more high gear?
Yes.
And you to test the holding. Now let's do focus, do the penguins. How does that movement feel? You feel your participation midline through the side of your body. You're on your heels before, are you more central? If you're forward of center, are you more over the instep? Compare the back and the front of the body and then do your sway forward and back. And how are you sensing and feeling? What's your ease and comfort of being in your body now?
Laterality.
Muscle check. Is it holding?
Yes.
Okay, so without looking at your other drawing, I'd like you to do a new drawing and see how it feels.
Mm. I love this. I love the drawings. They're so amazing. That really gets my arty heart singing.
And again, writing any keywords and feelings if you want as well. Okay, does anyone like to share any changes that happen when they compare now the pre and post activity? What's changed? What's improved? What's more high gear? Sally, would you like, oh, Sally's gone. Julie, would you like to share?
Sure.
I am here.
So do you want to see my drawing?
Yeah,
before?
love to, yes.
So this is how I felt, and that's where I need to be.
Just hold it a bit nearer to the screen.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm quite little
well.
pre-activity,
Yeah.
and my words were scared, unsure, not worthy, and not good enough. And this is me now, surrounded by love heart flowers. And I've got clothes on this time. And my words are happy, flowing, and ready.
Beautiful.
So
Thank you.
thank you. That was cool. I like that.
And Sally, would you like to share anything?
Yes, I will. Yes, I was here. Okay. All right. Hang on 1 second. There. Can you see? Oh, which way do I do it? Can you see? Can you see? Can you see?
Yes, we can see.
So
Yes.
that's my little house in the middle of a property, but it's enclosed. It's totally enclosed with a fence, and the family are outside of it, and the kids can't come in, and all of that. And there's my new picture.
Hold it up a little higher.
Little higher.
And
So
put the slide behind.
the big higher.
Yeah, yeah.
About there. I can't tell, I'm sorry.
Oh, but that's beautiful.
That's it. That's it. We can see it now. There's your home.
Okay. So the little people are visiting, and the sense of being totally shut off has been taken away. It's still there,
lovely.
but taken away. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was great.
Thank you. Anyone else want to share? You don't have to, but if you'd like to, I'd love to. Just even if not necessarily even sharing your pictures, just for the significant changes.
May I?
Yes.
I hope I can get it through. Very sad. My camera is doing very badly, unfortunately. I had to recreate a new website, and I have to cooperate positively with my helper, Tanya. And I was unsure and unclear and confused and not trusting her. And now it's clear, organized, and the picture is so that we can now connect together and work together, and everything is nicely, neatly in the boxes where they need to be.
Very good.
Wonderful.
I'm
That's
happy
great.
to share. I'm happy to share.
Great.
So can
Thanks, Gillian.
you see
Oh,
that?
right. Yeah.
Yes.
So like joy, but outside myself, you know, like, and then
Yes.
I sort of then went to here. where
Bring it a bit closer, Gillian.
And a bit higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my last one, because I couldn't help myself, was just
Good.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Coco, how was it for you? What's changed for you in your drawing?
Oh, I do not know need to draw a big picture, but I just, can you see that? I do not know. Can you see or not
I
focus?
can't see you. I just,
Hold
as I
it a
said,
tiny bit
you're not.
away. Hold it a tiny bit further away.
Further away.
Uh,
Not focused, huh?
yeah, it's not
For
focused.
some reason, yeah, it's not coming
Yeah,
up
with
for
my
me.
camera.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
When
still
you
only
have the
seeing myself.
background on, when you have the
I
background
think
on
that's
Zoom,
the thing.
you
Oh,
Ah,
can't
yes,
I
I
see.
will
sorry,
just
sorry. I need to.
Yeah, now to go.
Okay lah.
Oh, clever.
Yay!
Very clever.
Thanks,
That's
Julie.
great.
So
Okay.
previously
So
something like this, a stone here. This is the heart is so small, cannot see. Can you see the heart is so small? A stone here. And here and afterwards a heart is bigger and with some colors next to the heart.
beautiful.
And I draw a scale. Previously, the pressure maybe the scale 0 to 10. I give 0.3, but now it seems to be 0.8. 10 is very good, no pressure. So it's good. 3.3 to 0.8.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Patty, so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
I just want you to finish off by stating your goal and anchoring it in whatever way is appropriate for you, that it's now high gear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Recreate and collaborate.
Now idea.
Website trusting.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Good stuff.
Okay, are there any questions before we finish off? It'll be 2 hours in a couple of minutes. So, any questions, any comments?
That was great, thank you.
I'm
I've
glad
got a
you-
cousin, a goddaughter who's doing EMDR. She's been studying it for 2 years. I feel as though we've just done this in 2 hours.
It's a wonderful lesson. I love it.
It was fantastic. Patty, I've just started using that. I test the eyes in all directions for every goal now. I wish I'd been able to do that for the last 30 years.
Yes,
That's brilliant.
Anchoring the eyes, but also getting the languaging of being in your body. You know, like I realize how much of my life I was actually that triggers would disassociate me where I felt fine and functional, but I actually wasn't.
Okay.
So it's very, very powerful. So if you want to know more, the motivation of 3 dimensions, we have a whole section of that with the
Statement and
different words, key words for the different laterality, centering and focus and so on. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming and letting
May
me
I
share.
ask a question?
Yes.
What is the purpose of the thumb touching the ring finger, not the other finger?
Coco, have you done in depth yet?
No.
Brain Gym in depth?
You haven't learned it yet, Coco.
No, not
Okay,
yet.
when you do Brain Gym in depth, you actually learn to have a whole lot more learning menu available for structure, person ecology, emotional realm, and electrical, the acupuncture meridian. So when you come to do in depth, that's where you're going to find out more about it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so enjoy in depth.
She will.
Is it once a year or how many times a year for this course?
For my course or in depth?
In depth, in depth.
You need to look up on the
On the
website
Okay,
to
okay.
find out who's coming to your area. So I'm sure that there's faculty in is Amy Choi?
Amy Choice
Yes.
is still there.
Yes, yeah,
in Hong
yeah.
Kong.
So find out for Amy when she's
okay.
next
In
doing,
Hong
yeah.
Kong.
Okay, so there should be
Okay.
faculty in your country to be able to teach that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Otherwise, Julie's running in depth in September. Here,
There you go. Yeah.
September. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And Patty, travel over to the East Coast and teach these people MTD.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to go and teach in depth. I used to do it a lot, but now we've faculty in the different countries. So
But
that's
I mean,
why
go to
I
the
don't.
so-
Sorry?
I would love to limit the time for 2 hours and
Well, we're done. So thank you very much,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you
I
very
Bye.
much.
Thank you very much.
very thankful for this wonderful presentation. And I'll
Yes.
stop the recording now. Thank you.